All right. Hi everyone. How are you all doing? Those who gets a chance to watch my video, I appreciate you tuning in. And I hope your week is starting off so well. I know mine is. I had an awesome weekend, and the week is even like the icing on the cake. Like it's been a long time since I could have like an awesome, amazing weekend. I'm so used to working on the weekends all the time. So I'm going to do a recap because, again, I only, open my office for like 30 minutes to share some resources and some financial tips and personal growth tips for your own personal success. So on yesterday, I talked about 6 aspects of money management and how it relates to our time management, because if time is money, well, then what would be more important is we managing our time well. Um, because we want to make sure that our dollars are being spent appropriately, according to our values, our interests, our concerns. Because when we spend money, it speaks about our values. So, as a review for the money management part that I said I would also do, make it relate to our time management. That is what I'm going to do today. I'll talk about it a little bit on yesterday. So the 6 aspects were savings. So you're thinking about, when it comes to money management, saving and building towards attaining those goals you have, your personal interests, children, whatever it is, businesses, buying a home. That is your choice. We could go down the list. So savings is about building your interest. Insurance is about protecting your interests. Um, Investing is about, how do I want to say it? Compounding that, like adding to that, like doing everything possible that's going to contribute towards sustaining those interests above your own personal efforts. You're getting the involvement of others to help support you accomplish your goals, maintain those interests and values and beliefs that you have. And this is all with your money now. Okay, and then retirement planning is for you saving for your future self, to care for yourself when you get older. So there's things that you'll want to consider about caring for yourself in the future. And then there's estate planning, where you're gonna, all the assets you have, you're gonna transfer that to the beneficiaries. They're gonna continue on with the interests, beliefs, and concerns that you have. Or they have the freedom to manage the money according to their desires as well. And then there's wealth management, which is having an advisor help you with all aspects of your um, financial needs, and updating and making sure that how your money is being managed, or how things are changed in your life, events or change has occurred. They'll help make sure that your current financial plan reflects your interests you have. Um, all right. Okay, so that was some brief discussion on the money management part. So now I'm going to talk about the 5 aspects of life, okay, and how you could make it all work together for your success. I know it has helped me. So what I'm sharing with you isn't something that I haven't learned on my own. And honestly, from what I saw that what I was going through, I had to sit down and really think hard. And I was like, no, I'm going to figure this out, because I refuse to keep repeating the same mistakes and going through the same process. And honestly, these principles that people try to tell us and share with us, they're important, because these principles tend to remain the same, and wisdom is out there for our benefit and protection. So when you see inconsistencies, when you see people are trying to get you to do things backwards, you know what? I'm worthy of doing things that are better for me, because you want to grow and improve and accomplish more, not be stagnant and going backwards. You want people who support you, who get you from your perspective, and want to just be an extended arm or a leg to help you accomplish that goal. You don't have time for people who's going to be negative and not see your values, okay? So number one would be the mental aspect of our life. And this is stuff you would already hear, but I'm going to tie it all in together so that you could, make it work and see how the cycle is being, is being repeated the energy we're transferring. So I think about the mental life is our mind. Our mind is like a computer producing thoughts and ideas and beliefs from observing our environment. So what we believe it is, that's how we're gonna see it. So that's why one person could think the sky is blue, the other person could say it's green, or life is good. Somebody else could say life is not, or somebody could say, oh, your actions is wrong, and somebody says it's not, you just being sensitive or whatever, right? So the mind produces thoughts and beliefs and ideas. It processes information. Okay. So the second part is this is the internal processor of your self management. The second one is the emotional aspect of our life. That's the feelings. When we interact with others, when we see things happen, it makes us feel some kind of way. So that is the internal responder of the thoughts and the beliefs and opinions of the information that we see that we've collected. So the mind is processing the information. When we feel it, we say we judge whether we like it or we just don't know. Like sometimes we might not even know how to feel about it, or it might make us angry, happy, confused. But that is internal response to what we are thinking in our mind. That part we don't see. In some cases, we might sweat, or it might show like, ooh, something's wrong. We might adjust our face, but that would be more on the physical side. Once we've had this feeling that makes us act out promptly. So we're going to fight, like they say, or we're going to run and flight, or, we might have chills. We might hug somebody, anything what we do with our hands, feet, eyes, all of that is on the physical aspect of our life, the things that we could see and others could see. People might can't see how we feel until we express it, but we know that. So the next one is going to be, after the physical, it's going to be the social aspect of our lives. Now this is where we interact with other people in that physical environment. We say hi, hug, kiss, we say whatever, I don't like you, keep it moving, or we, create relationships that are beneficial for us, or we, there's like several different types of relationship in that social environment. I mean, think about it. Relatives, friends, acquaintances, um, when we go to work, that's a social environment. So that is also so important to take into consideration. So we have the mind processing information, the emotions, responding to those thoughts about how it's making us feel, what we're perceiving in our mind. Then the physical part is we're acting that out, and we're sharing what we're feeling or what we know with others, and others are sharing what they feel and what they know with us. And in those actions, they're telling us also not what they feel and what they know, but what their character is. Okay? So they're telling you, by my activities, this is who I am. By my habits, this is who I am. So that's that's the physical part. And then the social part is when we exchange all our physical activities with one another for recreational purposes, religious purposes. That's also part of religion, and all of that is also part of our social environment, pastors and members of the church. And finally, the fifth one is the spiritual aspect of our life. This is the part where you will have churches teaching us from the Bible about, how to live our lives, how to gain healthier, relationships, how to live peaceful, joyful lives. You could have any other religion all across the world promoting the same thing of love and peace, evil and good. Right? So the whole part of that is to help us understand how to better relate with each other, better engage with each other, so that we could promote healthier interactions with one another. So when you hear a lot of the spiritual part, you don't have to think of it so much as a particular religion. The goal behind those different sectors is to promote better relationships, better ways of interacting with each other and treating each other. So we use the term spirituality to sum that up. I like to think of, when I hear spirit or spirituality, it's about more so influencing the mind and influencing your character. So we take in these values, these teachings, we see actions, we judge it as good or bad or useful or not. And it's about saying, who do you want to be? Who do you want to become? So it's more of a to be or not to be type of situation for that spiritual aspect of our lives. So, you know, so with that, like with the social aspect of our life, it influences that. And then it eventually, my camera is like freezing, I don't know why. Okay, there it goes. So with the spiritual aspect of our lives, it influences and change the way we think. It could be from other people who giving us advice, and it has a way of influencing what we think and changing the way we think. And then guess what we do? We now act that out, and then we introduce that back into our social environment, which is going to have an influence on others. Okay, then it's going to allow them to feel some kind of way by your actions, because they taking in this information in their mind and processing your actions. Okay, so you see how the energy feeds off of each other. And one of it would say things like, um don't be so fixed on the earthly principles of life, but on the spiritual things of life. There's, because like, like how they say, oh, the writing's on the wall, or you should just know that this is that. Like, there are like some principles, some things that as human beings we come to understand. That's why we have laws and order, right? But sometimes we don't even get that. Most of us, that's why so much contention and friction and fighting and bickering, because we're ignorant when it comes to the spiritual teachings. So we're just going by what we understand on the earth, on the earthly principle level, which is very subjective, because wherever you go, you're going to find somebody who's going to like you, accept your bad or good ways, but when it comes to the spiritual, you're looking for that ultimate advice that's going to bring about elevation, peace, joy, in a way that it's going to stop a lot of the toxic behavior or backwards thinking. Because when you become influenced by a better way of thinking, you like, man, why would I go backwards? But I know better. And at the end of the day, you end up feeling like crap. So all of this end up influencing your self-esteem. That's why you hear a lot of people talk about self-esteem. And I know there's a video, I even posted it on my website. So it's Khan Academy. And they have videos there to promote all types of subjects, math or anything related for your personal growth. And I love this video because she was like, it's not so much about self-esteem. And other people would say, what is this self-esteem thing? Honestly, when we make our decisions, how does it make you feel? Do you feel good after the fact, or do you feel bad? And that's the indicator that your self-esteem is shot, because you keep making all the wrong, unhealthy decisions for yourself, towards yourself. And then check this out, in our social environment, we're allowing these men and women to come into our life and bring out the worst in us, or to encourage bad, unhealthy habits and actions that the earth has already tell us, don't do this, don't do that, but we keep doing that, right? And so obviously that's when it comes to mental issues and having to get your brain rewired, that thinking rewired, so that you could start adding in positive behaviors and habits for your life. I could type up some books for you if you would like to read some that could help you with achieving healthier relationships. Okay, so with all of that, you could see that circle of energy being transferred. And if you want to elevate, like mutual funds, the more people invest in, or the better the returns are, the more people benefit. Or if everybody like pulling out, then it's gonna affect everyone. It'll have a greater impact. So you want more contribution of good for your soul, because at the end of the day, you have to walk with your body and your skin, and you have to walk with all the stuff in your mind. So I'm not interested in people just throwing out, just trying to do backwards and toxic stuff anymore. So um now now in regards to the 6 aspects of money management, make it like I say, my goal is to get you connected with the appropriate advisors who can help you in regards to any areas you have concerns for, you want to see where you stand. So whether that's a financial advisor who can help you with one of those 6 aspects of money management, I'd love to get you connected. Just inbox me. I'll give you their information. I'll help you make an appointment so you can see them, whether you're trying to buy a home, buy a car, or plan for retirement, or see if you got the right investment going on for your 401k and IRAs. So with us have so if money management is about an expression of our values, then we want to make sure the way we're managing our time, because if time is money, baby, we worth something, right? We got to be worth more than money. But we have the ability to have access to cash. We don't own the dollar. We all know who owns the dollar. We get to manage it, right? So that responsibility is more in our control. This time, what we do with our actions, we own that. And I want you all to be as productive with your time and as effective with your time, so that where you spending your time, those activities you engage in reflects your values, it reflects your beliefs, it reflects the interest that you have. So if you're saying you have a goal to get to plan B, but plan B is right here, but you over there on somebody else's plan C, D, and E, and F, how are you going to feel good about yourself and with the time that you invested, knowing that you're not even aligned with accomplishing your personal goals, which was plan B? You see where you are at plan A, right? So we don't need to be, it already, some things already says it takes time to get to, like when you want to be that doctor, that lawyer, that nurse, or you want to start your business, or you got some nonprofit business you want to start, or whatever cause you have, and it's going to take time. I would imagine then, when it comes to managing your time, you would make every small step necessary in each given day you have to make a difference, to do something that goes towards your goals, so that you can say, I feel good about myself, I feel good about what I've accomplished. And then you didn't allow other people to influence what you should be doing, only because they're trying to get you to invest in their interests and concerns, which doesn't even relate with your own interests and concerns. You follow me? So not only are you investing your time, your activity, your resources, but also your dollars supporting other people's interests, and not the interests you have for your own, even though you're the one who has to go to work to earn those dollars. Okay? So I gave you the 5 aspects of life, so that you could see how we're interacting with each other, and you could use it to be more definite about the way you're managing your money. So if time comes first and then the money comes second, then how more important it will be to invest those dollars wisely, or the resources you have, and to know whom to spend your time around, because not everybody probably cares about positive thinking and being on the same page towards empowerment. Some people are comfortable where they are on their jobs and who they are, and they just talk a lot of gossipy, useless stuff, and I'm like, I barely want to even be here. Like, don't talk to me about that. Can we smile, dance, and go to work and keep it moving? Because I got goals I'm trying to accomplish. So if you're going to be in my face, we need to have a good time. We need to be talking about edifying each other, because we both got goals we're trying to accomplish, and we both, life is not perfect, but why can't we be happy each day? Like, come on. If I don't have to be moping and groaning, let me be happy and have some fun. Okay, so I hope that was helpful and useful. This Thursday, I have a live workshop with Daisy Alexander at 11 o'clock to 12 p.m. She's going to share with you what you need to know about auto insurance, renter's insurance, general liability insurance. We'll even talk about life insurance. So some various insurance topics. If you have some questions and you just need to know what options you have to use your money so that it goes towards, like I said, saving for your interest, insuring your interest, and investing in your interest, you want to tune in so that you will know what to do with your dollars. You know, we don't want to be just spending our money here and there, and then we leave ourselves exposed and vulnerable because we didn't truly know how to protect those interests. So when you realize how special your time is, how precious your efforts are, you do start to protect that and invest in yourself first. So pay yourself first on so many levels above just where you spending the dollars or a portion of what you're saving, but making sure you're putting your actions, your efforts towards accomplishing your goals. Okay, I'm gonna save this topic for another day. I just had something else I could share, but that's gonna be for another day to help us be able to learn how to sustain ourselves and think a little broader because there's so many factors in life that affects us, and we want to be mentally strong while we're managing multiple aspects of our life and the people in our lives. So I'll let me see if I have some books. Okay. I'll see if you want to understand about emotional aspects of your life. We got Emotional Intelligence by Gil Hassan, if I'm pronouncing it right. I have a lot of books, you all. But you know what? I want to do this. I had a relative, she posted something on Facebook, and I want to encourage her, and I want it to be an encouragement for you all too. I'm going to read this poem, okay? And I'm telling you, like, y'all want people that's going to be around. Like, I see so many women and men, they just doing each day what they got to do. I'm telling you, I'll be your biggest cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to find as me hating on you. We don't have time for that, okay? We need to be resourceful for each other in our communities. So I really appreciate everybody who's joined in and watching. I so appreciate y'all, and I hope y'all can take this information and run with it. Don't let nobody take away from you, but add to you. All right, so the name of this poem is called Standing Above the Grave with Deep Roots, okay? One day, eyes wide open, body fully awake. Then your brilliant mind understood you needed some fresh air to take. Being alive and underground, you knew this couldn't be all there is to it. The only choice was to search for hope and dig with faith to get up and through it. Deep and in the dark, you to the left, but no one was there. You looked to the right, but no one cared to share, to give you some insight about life and without experiencing some strife. Digging upward and on your own with all your might, tired, brave, and yet relentless, afraid that you may choke or suffocate, digging yourself out along the way. You realized you weren't getting anywhere because no life was there. Being alive and underground, you knew there was something more to it. So you purposed yourself to figure it out with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You started scraping away the walls of your pit. Reaching wider and from afar, you saw there was some extended legs to help you climb and some willing arms to help lift you up and some beautiful smiles to teach you clues about being on top and what to do in order to help you pave the way for your destiny above the grave. One by one, feet by feet, and lift by lift, each leg, each arm that you stepped upon served their round with pride to help you dig yourself out, through, and above these grounds. These durable and reliable arms and legs of another, sharing in and experiencing the struggle with cares for your concerns, were like deep roots of a tree, supporting and cultivating you by meeting your needs to build your strength, character, and abilities so that you can stand with confidence above the grave with deep roots. Learning how to sustain yourself and produce your own fruits with care, like a tree of life for the human soul. And now you understand the mystery of these spiritual things because you know for yourself what you have been. You know for yourself what you have been through. All right, and that's it. So I hope you all, I'm going to type this up and I'm going to post it so you can read it later. And I hope you can find it encouraging because I'm going to tell you, because of our circumstances, we're like digging out of chaos, out of disorder. And it seems like we were just in this pit, in a grave, and we're just trying to fight and dig our way out of it so we could get some fresh air and better opportunities. But guess what? Even under the grave, my point is, there was somebody who got you and understood what you was going through, and they said, you know what, I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna encourage you. Whatever they could do, they did that so you can make it to a stop, make it to the top and sustain yourself like a tree which produces its own fruits, okay? And you want to be able to do that, learning how to sustain yourself and go after what you need while creating healthier relationships. Because while we might have difficult time interacting with others, depending on others, at the same time, it's like we know we need others. So that'll be the next discussion on Wednesday at 11:30, okay? I'm gonna talk about some points there. So, all right, that is it. Does anybody have any questions for me? I'd love to ask. You're more than welcome to inbox me. You can feel free to go to my online resource center at my website, IamTW-online.net, so that you can do your own search for questions you have. I'll post it on there. I'll post the image of my social media links, okay? So thank you all for watching. I hope this was useful. You all have a lovely day and enjoy. Be on your grind. Be productive, be positive, and as always, be resilient and be resourceful. Bye now.